Hello everyone and welcome to Business 388 Analytics and Technology. My name is Todd Vogie and I'm going to be taking you through the 7-week look at analytics and technology. My biography is on Blackboard, but just a quick overview. I've been working in information and physical security for over 30 years, starting in the U.S. Navy. I've been with my current company, Black Knight Incorporated, for over 18 years, working in various divisions. Currently, I'm a risk technical manager working with a team of security professionals on cybersecurity. My company does back-end processing of loans for most of the major banks in the United States, such as Chase, Wells Fargo, Capital One, Ditech, so on. I deal with large data sets every day and have to slice and dice that data into meaningful chunks for our remediation teams as well as for our management. It's a never-ending process to keep ahead of the bad guys trying to get our data. This is a fascinating time we live in. Domo, a major company focused on analytics, put out their Dataset Never Sleep snapshot in May of 2018. According to their research, we generate 2.5 quintillion bytes of data per day. That's 2.5 million terabytes per day. And the number only grows. According to their research, at each minute of every day, Amazon ships 1,111 packages. The Weather Channel receives 18 million forecast requests. LinkedIn adds 120 plus new professionals every minute. Netflix streams 97,222 hours of video every minute. Google conducts 3,877,000 searches every minute. And nearly all of that data is logged in one way, shape, or form. Data is huge for our businesses today, but taking in all that data is one thing. Being able to glean out what's important, that's what we're going to talk about. How do we go from raw data to analysis that means something to business leaders? How is this presented? My company, Black Knight, has a division specifically geared to this work. Surprisingly enough, it's called Black Knight Data and Analytics. This division takes in publicly available real estate market data from sources around the United States and packages it into meaningful analytics, then sells those analytics to our customers. It's a highly lucrative business. Each month, Black Knight publishes the first look at mortgage data. This is highly anticipated by the marketplace, and Black Knight offers it for free to entice potential customers. The report, called the Mortgage Monitor, comes out every month, and it gives an overview of all of the items that have anything to do with mortgage loans. So you can see in January, delinquency rates went down. Foreclosure starts went up, so that means there are more foreclosures starting. Prepayment rates went down, meaning less people are prepaying on their loans. It talks about the delinquency rates, and you can see, in 2004 we had a spike in delinquency rates, and so on. All of this data is public records data and data that we maintain in our databases in our Jacksonville data center. Data drives business, and we're going to look at this in depth. We'll be using some tools to help us through this. You'll be using a program called Tableau, which allows you to build dashboards and views around data sets. Here's one data set about whether your country is obese or not, and showing different obesity maps, looking at different charts. And you'll get to use Tableau quite a lot during our time together. We'll also use charting tools such as Draw.io, which is a free drawing diagram or diagramming program like Visio, which is an online tool to allow you to do charting, drawing online, or another program similar to that is called Lucid Charts, which allows for online drawing and charting, and you can see what their charting looks like. Both of those are free. You can choose whichever one you would like to use. We're not only going to be looking at data, but we're going to spend some time looking inward at ourselves. We'll be having you do the Gallup-Clifton Strengths as well as the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Both are excellent tools to help you understand more about, well, you. Myers-Briggs looks at 4 different personality traits. First off, the favorite world. Do you prefer to focus on the outer world or on your own inner world? It's called extroversion or introversion. Information. Do you prefer to focus on the basic information you take in, or do you prefer to interpret and add meaning? This is called sensing or intuition. The third is decisions. When making decisions, do you prefer to first look at logic and consistency, or first look at the people in special circumstances. This is called thinking versus feeling. And then the final is, in dealing with the outside world, do you prefer to get things decided or do you prefer to stay open to new information and options? This is called judging or perceiving. As you can see, they're listed with letters: extroverted E, introverted I, sensing S, intuition N, thinking T, feeling F, judging J, and perceiving P. I'm an ENTP, or extrovert, intuitive, thinking, perceiving type. In a nutshell, I prefer to focus on the outer world, take in information, interpret it, add meaning, look at logic and consistency for decision making, and I prefer to stay open to new information and options when dealing with the outside world. There are 16 various combinations for Myers-Briggs. This is a great resource to see how you and your teammates at work compare. The Gallup-Clifton Strengths looks at 4 different domains: strategic thinking, executing, influencing, and relationship building. These domains are further split into themes. We'll get into the full meaning of these themes as we move forward in the module. But quickly, here are the themes for each of the domains. The themes for strategic thinking are analytical, context, futuristic, ideation, input, intellection, learner, and strategic. The themes for executing are achiever, arranger, belief, consistency, deliberative, discipline, focus, responsibility, and restorative. And the themes for influencing are activator, command, communication, competition, maximizer, self-assurance, significance, and woo. And finally, the themes for relationship building are adaptability, connectedness, developer, empathy, harmony, includer, individualization, positivity, and relator. My top 5 strengths in order are achiever. Someone who is especially talented in the achiever theme has a great deal of stamina and work hard. They take great satisfaction from being busy and productive. Number 2 is context. A person who is especially talented in the context theme enjoys thinking about the past. They understand the present by researching its history. Number 3 for me is futuristic. These folks who are especially talented in the futuristic theme are inspired by the future and what could be. They inspire others with their visions of the future. Number 4 is relator in the relationship building. A person who is especially talented in the relator theme enjoys close relationships with others, find deep satisfaction in working hard with friends to achieve a goal. And number 5, strategic. Someone who is especially talented in the strategic theme creates alternative ways to proceed. Faced with any given scenario, they can quickly spot the relevant patterns and issues. So you can see my entire breakdown on the screen. That the green represent the top 10, the yellow represent the middle 12, and the red are the bottom 12 that I have. You can see most of my top 10 are in the strategic thinking realm. With 34 different themes, it's very unlikely that you would ever meet someone who has the same top 5 traits as yourself. But by looking at everyone's themes and where they fall, you can get a better understanding of who they are and how their mind works. This can help in overall team cohesion. Now, using the Clifton Strengths, when you go to the Gallup Strengths Center, you'll want to go down a ways and you'll see about 3/4 of the way down the page, or halfway down the page, the top 5 Clifton Strengths access for US for $19.99. And I apologize if this is going to cost you $20, but we need you to go through this and take the test and get your top 5 strengths, because that's going to be necessary for us to split you into groups for the group portion of this module, which is going to take up basically weeks 2 through 7. Out on Blackboard, all of our information is out on Blackboard. I've also put out some information out there about how to put images into your discussion board posts, and I please ask you to insert them rather than attaching them. I also put out here a real-world use of Tableau, kind of explaining how we use Tableau in my business. just so you can see some real-world pieces that are being used. I apologize for all the redactions, but I had to do that for my company. All of our information is in the weekly learning modules. Each of these are set up similarly for each week. And I got to log back into Blackboard. Each of these are set up similarly. So week 1, if you click on that, you'll see the overview and learning objectives. You'll see any videos that will show up. And you'll see Professor Schussler's course layout expectations final project. I'm not going to go into those pieces. He does that very well in his. It shows the readings, the introduction, the open forum, and then the week 1 discussion boards, week 1 quiz, and then the week resources that you need to do. Any assignments that are due will also show up in here for each week. If you have any questions or any concerns about anything as you're going through, please let me know. I will try and get comments posted. There are 24 of you in this cohort, so it's rather large. I may not be able to respond to everybody's discussion board posts, but I will put out basically a condensed or overarching post each week discussing the posts that you put out there. But please feel free to contact me at any time if you have any questions. If you're going to call me, call my cell phone, but text me first so I know that you're going to be calling. Otherwise, I may ignore the call and I'll have to wait and pick up your voicemail. But otherwise, you can generally reach me from 8 in the morning until 9 o'clock in the evening, any day of the week, and I'm available for you. Otherwise, I'm available by email as well. Look forward to working with all of you during this 7 weeks. If you have any questions or concerns, just get in touch with me, and look forward to it. Have a great time with the module, and we'll talk to you soon.